How are you?
Well, hello, Sidney. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
When each one of Rob Scheer's 4 adopted children arrived on his doorstep, they had what he calls the standard foster child suitcase, a trash bag. For him, that brought back memories.
For me, I was a kid who also entered the system. I have 4 kids that were in the system. And the one thing we all had in common is everybody had a trash bag. And we realized that that's what kids carry in foster care, is they actually carry trash bags. So my husband and I and our 4 kids decided one Christmas that we wanted to do something different. And we wanted to not just get toys for the needy kids in our community, but truly impact our community and make a difference. And so what we did was we decided to put some cases together, and we knew the essentials of what a child needs on their first night.
Based on what you told us we should have in there. So
oh my gosh, look at that. You know the great thing about this case? My son, Tristan, when he was little, his first suitcase was cars. So I love this.
And this
The
one as
comfort
well.
cases contain a new pair of pajamas,
My daughter, she was 4. She arrived in our home, saddest little girl I'd ever seen. And she said, because I never owned a new nightgown before. Are you kidding me?
a blanket, toiletries, and a book that he says provide the kids with a sense of dignity and gives them something they can call their own.
Every single one of you have books at home. I guarantee you they're on bookshelves. I'm not trying to be rude. Books are meant to be loved.
That's right.
Love them in your heart, love them in your mind, but then love them enough to pass them on. These cases are ready to go be shipped out. Kids that are in care, over 80% of them come in the back of a police cruiser with the clothes on their back, okay? They're taken out of situations either through neglect or abuse, and we know that they come with nothing.
In the 5 years Comfort Cases has been in existence, they have shipped more than 36,000 cases to 39 different states. This nonprofit is supported solely by donations and volunteers, 95% of which come from Montgomery County. Scheer says it's about building communities that care.
We clock thousands, and I mean thousands of hours in our center with volunteers. Montgomery County. 95% are Montgomery County. These are people that come into the center every single day because they want to give back. Montgomery County. See, that's just to me what this county is all about. It's people wanting to help people. And so then to receive the grant, which I'm still kind of like pinch me moment, that's huge. See, we're a charity that has had no corporate sponsors. We're a charity that has relied on our community to help, okay? And I truly believe that when you ask, people will give.
There is nothing more important than protecting our children.
Comfort Cases received grant funding from the council in this year's budget, and in March, Councilmember Sidney Katz gave Scheer a proclamation for his work in the county to eliminate the use of trash bags for the belongings of foster children.
Our county is no longer going to allow a child in foster care to ever carry one of these. Thank you.
In my previous world, I hadn't thought about how a foster child goes to a foster home. You know, what they carry and what it means and everything associated with his story about the whole idea of putting soap in the package is you know, when I first thought of it there, why would you do that? And he said, well, I tell you what, if somebody leaves their soap behind in a hotel, go ahead and use it. And I thought, I'm not going to do that. Well, that's exactly the point.
The cases are distributed to children up to the age of 18. There are boxes of cases shipped out of the Rockville headquarters on a daily basis, and they will continue to ship as long as there are kids who need them. Volunteers from all walks of life
It's so nice to know that these kids are getting something of their own.
spend hours packing the cases. The demand is up, so the hours are long and hard. But in the end, the payoff drives home why their work is so meaningful.
Truly provide something positive to a child who's already undergoing trauma of being removed. The feedback, like these stories of this one little girl, and it broke your heart. She put all her new stuff in it, and she slept in it that night because it was hers.
Just within the last 2 weeks, the nonprofit has taken on a new mission
The border ones would be like McAllen, Brownsville.
to provide comfort cases to those immigrant children who have been separated from their families at the border. Through research, they discovered as many as 3,000 of those children will end up in the system by next month.
And so we cried out to our community and said, listen, we need to get cases to these kids that are coming in here, that are going into the system. We need to make sure that they receive these cases, but how am I to give a book to a child who doesn't read English? So what we wanted to do is make sure we raised enough money to be able to help put the books in there that are actually bilingual books, to help these kids understand that, yeah, you're coming to a new country, and, we really do think about what you need. Whether we raised 1 penny or 0, we were sending cases out, and that's what we did.
I'm donating books and stuffed animals to comfort cases to try and help children who don't have the kind of toys they need feel a little better about themselves.
Okay.
I'm moved by the children, who are separated from their parents and so forth. So I think foster children and children separated from their parents is something you really need to respond to.
These are 32-inch duffel bags that actually go inside the comfort case. Now we eliminate trash bags. We have in us to be doers, and we have to do. And I have a responsibility as a leader, and by the way, we're all leaders. We must lead by example. We started in January of this year what we call baby cases, and these are cases that go to children under the age of 2. They get baby wipes, they get a bib, they get a diaper bag. And I have a responsibility to raise my 4 children to say that it's not about what you get, but it's more about what you give. And if you give, gosh, you get like you can never believe. The next thing is our stuffed animal room. No matter how old you are, whether you're a newborn or you're 19, every single person gets a stuffed animal.
Scheer says he wants these children to feel wanted and that someone believes in them.
This is not politics for me. But when they crossed into this country, they crossed here because they wanted to be wanted. I don't know what they were running from. I don't know why they wanted to leave their country. But the fact is they came to our country, which, by the way, people keep forgetting how we built this country. Yeah. We built this country on the back of many, many immigrants. So how could we just turn our backs on them? I am not a guy who says, open the borders, let it all free. That's not me. But what I am saying is that they're here. Mm-hmm. These children are here. We got to do something.
Each comfort case costs about $65 to put together. If you'd like to donate or volunteer your time to help eliminate trash bags from the lives of foster children, go to the Comfort Cases website to learn more. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kenedy.